While shepherds watch their flocks by night, or seated on the ground.
Hello, brethren. This is the first year that I have given a Christmas message to you all, and it's obviously amongst the most unusual year that we've all experienced. I think when I've been on my Zoom meetings, which is no substitute for meeting each and every one of you, I've never seen so many brethren with beards and long hair. So I suggest and I hope that you haven't invested in razor companies. Brethren, to be serious about this, it's very sad for us all. And since we met up during the early part of the year, we have lost some brethren to this dastardly disease, and we've obviously lost brethren naturally. We all despair at these losses, and our sympathy goes out to the families, friends of everybody. And I compliment you in your lodges and the brethren for the way that you have supported these families during this terrible time. And I know you will continue to do so, especially over this festive period. Brethren, on a happier note, I would like to congratulate all of you who received promotions and active office from last April. Again, not a good situation for you, as you haven't been able to go out and practice your masonry in those positions. But as you realise that we have decided to allow the active officers to carry on from next April, and hopefully we will get in a full year when you can enjoy the position that you've been appointed to. I would like to thank immensely the Provincial Office. I'm sitting here in Harrier Court, your office, your Provincial Office, and the people that have still been working hard, sometimes from home, of course, are Worshipful Brother Richard Ebury and Worshipful Brother Tony Jordan, who've both continued in turn to keep the office going, to answer your inquiries, especially about opening up your lodges, the buildings, and to assist in every way they can. And believe me, our Grand Lodge, United Grand Lodge of England, still send questions down to be answered, still advise if necessary, and fully support us. I have felt the full support, and my executive have, of the United Grand Lodge of England. Brethren, I've got to compliment you again, because during this terrible period you have continued to invest in our festival. You have continued to carry out your pledges that you've made to the festival as individuals. That is a marvellous situation, especially as some of you must be feeling perhaps a financial burden through loss of work or furloughed or in situations. At this point, I'd perhaps like to just outline to you, because many of you do not know, what we have achieved in getting in from the MCF, the charity donations back into Devonshire.
It gives me great pleasure to present you with this cheque for nearly £56,000 on behalf of the Freemasons of Devonshire. Thank you for the tremendous work that you do. I wish you weren't so busy, but thank you once again.
Oh gosh, thank
well
you.
done, you are the special ones. Scott, on behalf of the Freemasons of the province of Devonshire, it gives me great pleasure to present you with this cheque, and thank you on behalf of them for all the work you do for our communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you for your generosity.
Solid Charitable Foundation, we'd like to present you with this cheque for over £10,000 to support the work that you're doing.
Thank you very much for this. This will make a huge difference to our work.
Well, here we are today at Teignmouth Lodge, and we're presenting a cheque to David and to Bailey for what they're doing in supporting our communities with the food which you see around you. How important it is that people are making the effort privately and on their own by their own donations, and it's our chance to support them as Freemasons because of the good works they do.
There's been a team working on this, headed up by Worshipful Brother Peter Keaty, and I thank them for the hard work that they've put in. These donations have come via what's known as RG9, it's Regional Group 9 of PGMs. We were allocated, a group of 9, were allocated a sum of £100,000 to distribute and prove the charities that we need to distribute to. And Devonshire managed to gain about £48,000 worth of that £100,000. So I can honestly tell you that we are treated extremely well in this province. So you might say, well, what about our brethren? What have our brethren had? Well, I can tell you, during this past year, grants to individual Masons and their families have amounted to £382,000 for help with living costs, healthcare and education for their children. So I say once again, be in no doubt that Devonshire is treated extremely well, and that is why we must, and I know we keep on about it, but we must attempt to give back to our current festival. Thank you, brethren. Freemasonry is a force for good. We are an unstoppable force. We will come back stronger than ever. My thanks also must go out to today for arranging today, my press secretary, Worshipful Brother Clive Eden, who worked so hard in organising these functions, these presentations that you might have seen during this lockdown period, to be conducted in a very safe manner. Believe me, brethren, we follow the guidelines at these presentations. So I thank all those people who've continued to work. And believe it or not, we have all been working for you through this period of time. I and all my executive that I mentioned miss you, and we extend Christmas greetings to all of you and your families, and we hope that you have a very happy time meeting with those that you're allowed to meet with. And I raise a glass of cheer and toast you all, and let's hope for a better 2021. God bless you and thank you